Are you enjoying Season 1 of the Claim to Game podcast, but are ready to move on to our next game to claim? In today's episode, we are examining what games you can vote on to be the next tabletop RPG we cover in Season 2, airing in fall of 2024. For each RPG option, we will cover the name of the game's premise, and what tabletop RPG game system each game uses for gameplay. Welcome to Claim to Game, the podcast helping busy people master tabletop role-playing games one game at a time. I'm Clint.scheirer. I've been an educator for over 12 years and have helped gamers of all levels quickly grasp tabletop RPGs so they can enjoy playing them to the fullest. Stay tuned so you can make your claim to game. Hello and welcome back to this special bonus episode of Claim to Game, a predominantly educational, fun podcast in which I am daring to coin the word fungicational. It's like if you decided to kick a plain old soccer ball into just a regular soccer goal and you were rewarded with a high five from AFC Richmond's football head coach, Ted Lasso, played by actor Jason Sudeikis. One of my favorite Ted Lasso quotes is, "Be curious, not judgmental." Whether or not you have already binge-watched this 2020 Apple TV exclusive, these words spoken by this fictional sports coach are relevant to what we are doing next here on Claim to Game. To be honest, I went back and forth over the past week whether I wanted to release this episode or not. My hesitation was due to the fact that in episode 14, I already shared the opportunity to rank the top 5 games in the running for our next game to master on the show. I have received some responses, but I have a feeling that maybe you, yes, you listening right now, have not yet cast your vote. And why not? Maybe you need a little bit more information to pique your curiosity. In order for me to be curious and not judgmental, I've found that I just need to know more. What are the games being considered for Season 2? What are they about? What makes them so great or interesting compared to all the other tabletop RPGs out there that you could play? By the time I'm done today, going through the 5 games you can vote on, I'm hoping you feel like Ted Lasso. Not only curious versus judgmental, but also how he felt in Season 1, Episode 6, 2 Aces. Like you fell out of a lucky tree, hit every branch on the way down, and ended up in a pool full of cash and Sour Patch Kids. So let's unpack each one of these juicy Sour Patch Kids of an RPG so you can chew on them and then go rank them and cast your vote in the survey in the show notes. Option number 1, Brindlewood Bay, a dark and cozy mystery. This game was funded on Kickstarter in 2023. Created by The Gauntlet, it's described as a tabletop RPG that combines Murder, She Wrote with H.P. Lovecraft. In it, you play a group of elderly women, members of the local Murder Mavens Mystery Book Club, who help the authorities solve murder cases in a picturesque New England town. Over the course of their investigations, they become aware of a dark occult conspiracy that connects the cases and will eventually have them face that conspiracy in order to save the community and possibly the world. The game is low prep, easy to play. It uses game mechanics powered by the apocalypse. And who doesn't want to play a bunch of old grannies saving the world from the dark forces? Option number 2, Old Gods of Appalachia, the role-playing game. Based on the narrative eldritch horror fiction podcast of the same name, Old Gods of Appalachia was also a Kickstarter baby funded in 2022 and created by Monty Cook Games, powered by the Cypher system. It provides concept-driven character creation with limitless options. Venture into the dark, eerie past of an alternate Appalachia, experiencing stories of horror, hardship, and heart in the immersive narrative and deeply chilling setting. Ravenous creatures in the inner dark, sinister plots of the Hollow Men, unearthed beasts that have long dreamt in the dark, and angry forces of the green. Strive to protect what matters from these terrors and more while you seek to know the unknowable. Every choice requires a sacrifice, and your word is, or should be, your bond. I might have goosebumps on top of my goosebumps after considering what we might encounter playing Old Gods. Option number 3, Blades in the Dark. Blades in the Dark was funded through a PBS TV broadcast pledge drive. Just kidding. It was also funded on Kickstarter, but nearly 10 years ago in 2015. Like Brindlewood Bay, this game also uses its own take on the Powered by the Apocalypse rule system. It was created by game designer John Harper with Evil Hat Productions. Blades in the Dark is a tabletop RPG about a crew of daring scoundrels seeking their fortunes on the haunted streets of an industrial city. There are heists, chases, occult mysteries, dangerous bargains, bloody skirmishes, and, above all, riches to be had if you're bold enough to seize them. You and a fledgling crew must thrive amidst the threats of rival gangs, powerful noble families, vengeful ghosts, the blue coats of the City Watch, and the siren song of your own scoundrel vices. Will you rise to power in the criminal underworld? What are you willing to do to get to the top? That question makes me think of the other age-old question, what would you do for a Klondike bar? Or should I say, what wouldn't you do for a Klondike bar? And option number 4, we got Alien, the role-playing game. This was the only game on our list which did not have a Kickstarter, but went straight to print and was very successful in 2019. Created by Free League Publishing, this game uses a simple system of rolling several six-sided dice to resolve actions. Gamma rays and neutrino bursts erupt from the dying stars to cook you alive. Black holes tear you apart, and the void itself boils your blood and seizes your brain. Try to scream, and no one can hear you. Hold your breath, and you rupture your lungs. Space isn't as empty as you think either. Its frontiers are ever expanding. Rival governments wage a cold war of aggression while greedy corporations vie for valuable resources. Colonists reach for the stars and gamble their lives away. And there are things lurking in the shadows of every asteroid. Things strange and different and deadly. Things alien. The Alien tabletop RPG is a harsh and unforgiving universe, and you are nothing if not expendable. Stay alive if you can. Honestly, I've seen the original Alien movie. I'm pretty sure I would be the first spacer to be the host of an alien parasite only to die a painful death. I sadly would not be the Sigourney Weaver of the story. And coming in as option number 5, last but certainly not least, is Dragonbane, Mirth and Mayhem Role-Playing. It was funded in Kickstarter in 2022 and uses a skill-based D20 system much like D&D. Dragonbane is a classic fantasy tabletop role-playing game full of magic, mystery, and adventure. It is designed from the ground up to facilitate a fast and furious play without Vin Diesel, with very little prep and adventures that are a breeze to run. This is a game with room for laughs at the table while still offering brutal challenges for the adventurers. The publisher, Free League, the same people who made the Alien RPG, call this playstyle Mirth and Mayhem role-playing. Great for long campaigns, but also perfect for a one-shot. Dragonbane is a translation of Drakar ok Demoner, Scandinavia's first and biggest tabletop RPG, originally launched in 1982. You know what else was launched in 1982? E.T., the extraterrestrial movie, became the highest grossing film of the decade. With E.T. being an alien, I can't help but see a very far-fetched connection to Free League's Alien RPG. A master marketing plan or pure coincidence? We may never know. So in conclusion, I need your help! Any of these options would be enjoyable and fun for me to cover in Season 2, but that isn't what I'm after. That's not what I'm going for. I want to cover the game our community is most interested in learning. However, just like the 1990s TV show Highlander, there can only be one. So please click on the link in our show notes to take the survey. Rank the RPGs in order of preference, 1 being your most preferred option and 5 being your least preferred. Taking this one action is the most important way you can help make Claim to Game the show you want and deserve. You have until June 30th of 2024, and then it will close. So take the survey today. And until the next time we make our Claim to Game, one game at a time.